Hi everyone, my name is Felicity Kelliher in the School of Business, and I've had the pleasure of working with the CTEL team for a number of years and being part of the community of practice. For me, I'm going to be old school and say that one of the great techniques that I've been using is the breakout room. I've been using it in different ways. I have, for example, been using it as a breakout room for teams, but also for placing experts in those rooms and allowing those teams to move from room to room, emulating a conference environment where they get the opportunity, where the students get the opportunity to discuss particular aspects of their projects with experts in their area. I've also been using it as a capacity for giving feedback to individuals so that people in the main room aren't disturbed. What it really does is it creates the emulation of tables, of round tables that we would naturally have in a classroom setting, and allows me to use them in a manipulative way or in a kind of a flexible way in the live virtual environment. The individuals themselves have become much more accustomed with hopping in and out of these rooms, and it also allows me to move from table to table or from room to room in a flexible way. In using experts in these rooms, it also allows me to move the students en masse from room to room and give feedback on projects that have already been spoken about. That gives them the opportunity to develop their critical and analytical skills, and is particularly useful when developing skills for those that are research-oriented students. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Hopefully it's of value.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about a module design method that I came across recently during an online course where they used this very method to create their own course. And this method is called the ABC Learning Design. What it does is that it aims to maximize student experience and thereby enhancing their learning engagement. I like to use the analogy of a good movie to explain what it is. It's effectively when you go and see a movie, you enjoy good characters and good story, and that's because it relies on a good storyboard. So what you'll be doing effectively when using this method is you'll be looking at using all these 6 different types of activities throughout your course to engage students in different ways. And once you've chosen those activities, you're going to map them across your module and trying to give a lot of variety in your teaching. And ultimately, that's what I really like, is it makes you think back on how you teach and also it engages students in a lot of different ways. So it's a lot more holistic as a result. You can find a lot more information on the abc-ld.org. Thank you.
Thanks Emmett and Ken and everyone in the team in CTEL for this opportunity and my earlier slot in CTEL Community of Practice. It's a fantastic community of practice where ideas and experimentation are king. And my remit for today's 1-minute video is to discuss my favourite EdTech. So I'm Zeta Dooly. I work in the School of Education Lifelong Learning, and I lead the Level 9 certificate in Technology Enhanced Learning. My background is in ICT research, mostly in the Carriganore campus of WIT, before it was SETU. And my favourite EdTech really is my imagination, and that's why today I'm in the garden, as you can see. The idea, I suppose, is that technology, in my philosophy, that technology doesn't really drive the learning, that the appetite for learning finds appropriate technology. And that's why we get such great return on investment when we do Google searches for specific things, or we go to events and find out about new technology trends and things like that. So when I'm in the garden or down the beach or outside, I'm thinking always what's cool to engage my learners with. And I've got a very diverse cohort of learners. I also use Twitter a lot for keeping up with trends, EdTech events, and I follow gurus. This year I was dead set to start class with a digital scavenger hunt, which I made up with the help of Google. And I've used a wheel of choice to randomly pick names for scheduling presentations and things like that. So I'm planning on using a coffee roulette game next year to pair up people to have a virtual coffee together. And this was an idea that was proposed yesterday at the Advanced HE event that I went to. From my class, the top EdTech favourites were Biteable this year. And SurveyMonkey that I used to get some feedback from students was able to give me that information. So that's all for me, folks. Have fun making learning fun and engaging, and maybe make sure to light that fire of curiosity. Thanks very much. Bye bye.
I have 1 minute to tell you the pieces of technology that I have used this term to make me a better teacher. Fingers crossed, a better teacher. I have focused on 3 pieces of technology. OBS, which is stream casting software. The nature of what I teach is practical based. I need lots of examples. OBS allowed me to screen record things from YouTube and other sources and put them in and embed them into my presentations. The second thing that I've used tons and tons and tons, and it's been a game changer, is the website Canva. I use the professional version. It costs me, I think, €12 a month, but the free version is absolutely bang on and really suffice for what you're looking for. This is just a game changer when it comes to creating slides, creating presentations. It has lots of stock images and stock videos, and it's just a one-stop place for all you need to make a presentation, including grids, charts, graphs, you name it, it has it. The last thing that I needed was a video editing software, which allowed me to put everything together. However, the one thing that I really learned from this year was during lockdown, during COVID, I concentrated on producing content. In this term, I worked backwards. This term, I took a marker and a pen and I identified first what was it that I really needed the students to learn, and from there I worked backwards. Creating video content can be overwhelming to produce and overwhelming to consume, and what made a difference was having a clearly defined outcome at the end. What I did in line with this was I changed how I delivered my content on Moodle. So I hope that those 3 tips or snippets can help you going forward. And the last bit of advice I'd give you, before you go down the rabbit hole of making technology, make sure you ask the lads in CTEL how to do stuff, because they know it all. I definitely wasted weeks of my life trying to figure it out by myself. Had I just asked the questions first, someone within the CTEL space would have pointed me in the right direction. So before you launch into a brand new project, make sure you touch base with somebody and just say, do you know how to do that? Because you'll save yourself a near nervous breakdown, and you'll save yourself weeks coming into the summer. Very important. Good luck.
Dr. Irene McCormick here from SETU, the Carlow campus. So Emmett's asked me to say what my favourite piece of tech this year is. Well, it's the same piece of tech that I used this year and last year. It's an app called KineMaster. So KineMaster is an editing app. It's very, very easy to use, and it does mirror professional practice, and I use it with the students. The students use it when they are making their assignments, and I've even set it as a 2-hour test to film and edit a piece of video, and it's worked out really well. It's a craft-based project, and the students get a huge amount out of it, and they feel that their own selves, their own identity is suffused into this activity. So KineMaster, KineMaster, it's free with the watermark.
Hi folks, my favourite EdTech tool of the year is a website called Notion. And what Notion allows you to do is to very quickly create a web page with dynamic content on it in a very easy and intuitive manner to create. Anyone at all could use it. So I have a simple page here, a little heading, a little bit of text. I've embedded an image in it. I have a link to a video that it pulls an image from, and we'll do that for any kind of web page you embed. You can stick files in there. You can embed tweets with a direct link to it. You can embed a video and then it'll play in the page if you want. And if you're fond of things like tiles and Moodle, it can also create a tile view then for your content. If I click into the tile, it will give me a page behind that it's linked into, and then the student can click that and it'll access the content. So I just see it as a means of linking to content that you could then link from Moodle. And then within here, you can see I have code and examples, and I'm using the links out to other pages and so on, and the student can follow on. There's images embedded in there, and you can easily add videos. Another nice benefit of Notion is it automatically rescales on the phone. So you can see here in the phone view, everything still looks good. You know, it's not scrunched up, and the tiles have dynamically resized as well, and everything just looks great. I'd highly suggest anyone take a quick look at Notion if you're looking for a place to create content.